Okay. Chapter 11.2. Well, chapter 11, 11.2 is a section. Preventing and treating tobacco use. Okay, preventing and treating tobacco use. All right, what can you do to protect yourself from nicotine addiction? Don't do it. Simple. Simple as that. Don't do it. Okay? After studying this lesson, you will be able to analyze the influences that affect whether or not a person uses tobacco, analyze the government's role in preventing tobacco use and encouraging quitting, practice skills for resisting tobacco and preventing tobacco use, okay. Assess the difficulty of quitting tobacco use and summarize strategies used to quit tobacco use. Okay? All right, choose one factor. How can it influence a person's likelihood of usage of tobacco? Gender, 15.8% of adult men, 12% of adult women. Okay. Level of education, 36% people use tobacco that only have a GED. 18% use tobacco that have a high school diploma. 7% is undergraduate degree. That means the college you would be going to when you graduate high school immediately. Okay. 4% is a graduate degree. A graduate degree is a degree you would get after you completed your bachelor's degree. Okay. So only 4% of people. So does that mean as people get more education, they get smarter? I mean, they're the numbers. Does that mean more education, people get smarter? Or they're less stressed out? Or this, that, and the third, okay? Race and ethnicity, 24% American Indians, 15% Caucasian, 14.9% African American, 9% Hispanic, 7% Asian. Okay, income. Income kind of goes with the level of education. Okay, 21% or more smoke that make less than $35,000 a year. Okay, if you jump down to 11% of people smoke that make $75,000 to $99,000 a year, and it's only 7.6% income of greater than $100,000 a year. Because that means you make more, you smoke less. So if you make more, you smoke less, the more education you get, the less you smoke or tobacco use. What's wrong with her? Touch her and get up. Okay? Genetic makeup and family history. Attempts to manage mental health conditions, brain still developing as teens. I know that you think that you got it all figured out when you graduate high school. You don't. There's a lot more brain developing. There's a lot more reasoning lobe developing to come. Okay? Nicotine helps people relax and manage mental health conditions. I've heard that. I don't know that for sure, but I've heard that. Nicotine cigarettes help me relax and manage stressful positions. Okay? Okay? Myth. Using nicotine does not treat the underlying issue, so the issue still remains. Okay? Family and cultural attitudes toward tobacco. Behavior of peers, availability of tobacco in the community. Tobacco use in the media, including social media. Okay? This here is hookah. Now, when I was growing up, the stars smoked cigarettes. That was a cool thing to do. So it had influence on kids, or it had influence on teens because they wanted to be like. We didn't have social media. So all we saw was what was on TV. Okay, so if somebody was smoking, that was a cool thing to do, so that's what we did. Okay, I didn't do it, but that's what they did. Okay? All right. Social media may portray people who smoke as popular, sophisticated, and glamorous. In reality, smoking has many consequences. Social media and the media do not show. Okay? Why does it have a lot of consequences that, why would they put it on TV? If it has such a grave danger to society, why would they put it on TV? They want to sell more. They don't care about you. They want to sell. Okay? That's why you don't really see smoking cigarettes, smoking ads on. I remember Camel Joe on the Camel cigarettes. He was a big thing on TV. There was another one, I can't remember. There was another, it was a green package. They were popular on TV. Okay? Learn to manage stress effectively. Listen to music, talk to a friend, get physical activity. Do a simple activity like coloring or woodworking. Smoking has been deemed as a nasty habit these days. So it's not so widespread among teens. Okay? But the hookah and the vaping is. The hooping and the vaping is rampant. Okay? How do advertisements for cigarettes, vaping, and devices, smokeless tobacco make these products look attractive? How have tobacco companies changed the types of products they sell to appeal to young people? What have you seen in the stores? What? Labeling? The flavor, again, like I said, they make them taste like strawberry or grape or I know those backwoods, I think they have those in different flavors and things now, don't they? Right? So that's their appeal. If it tastes gross, but it was relaxing, nobody would buy it. So they make it appealing to you, somebody whose brain hasn't developed and whose decision making is not all that yet. Okay? It's not come to form. Okay? Use refusal skills. Change the subject. Share your reasons. Emphasize health risk. Exit the situation. Okay? Especially when you're talking about secondhand smoke, third-hand smoke. Exit the situation. If you if you're with a person that smokes all the time, man, get out of there. Just say, hey man, you gotta smoke, you gotta go out, you gotta go outside or what have you. Okay? I gotta go outside. Okay? Benefits of quitting smoking. Okay? There is a long list. This will be in your Google Classroom. You can review it. Okay? All right? Nicotine replacement. Slow decrease in nicotine to lessen withdrawal symptoms. They have patches, nicotine patches, things of that nature. Okay? You put one on one day. It has a lot of nicotine in it to kind of calm you. The next day you put one on, or the next week it has a little less nicotine. Then it has a little less and a little less. So you don't just have to come off of it cold turkey. Okay? Those are things that they use. Patches. They have kind of shots and stuff like that. But gum. They have nicotine gum. You can use that. It's kind of like a slow sugar. It's like you smoked a cigarette today, you got 100%. But when you take the patch of the gum, it cuts you down to 90%. Then the next day it cuts you down to 80%. It just slowly weans you off of it. Okay? Where you're done. Okay? Because cold turkey is hard to do with anything. It's hard to do with people eating. Me, it was cold turkey for me to stop eating sugar. I haven't stopped, but I slowed down quite a bit. Okay? It's just what you do. Okay? The use of e-cigarettes is not approved as successful or safe by the government. Medications, usually stimulant, dopamine, all right, help people cope with withdrawals. Okay? Dopamine is that feel-good drug that you have internally. Okay? That's released by some of these stimulants. Okay? So that is another way you can. Okay? So just know nicotine replacement, there's a patch and a gum and a lozenge. Okay? It's three things. Nicotine gum, patch, and lozenge. Lozenge is just like a we call it cough drop. Okay, it's like a cough drop. Okay, three things. 1, 2, 3. Stimulus control, avoiding tempting situations and managing feelings. Response for substitution, using stress management, relaxation, and coping skills to manage difficult feelings. And most of the time, this is when you're already smoking. Okay? Stress management without smoking is a different thing. Okay? Exercise, things of that nature. But these two are just if you're already smoking. Okay? Again, when you see people eat in a restaurant and they have that cigarette in one, and they're running for the door, they have that cigarette in one hand, they have that lighter in the other, and they are due south to the door, trying to get out there and get that feeling of that smoke or that this. Okay? All right. Not so important. Several resources exist to help people with nicotine addiction. Individual or group counseling, school counselors, doctors, teachers, and trusted adults. Telephone and online helplines, with free consulting. Okay? All right, here we go. Review questions. Why is using tobacco not an effective method for managing mental conditions? Tobacco use does not address the underlying issue. Okay, so if you have some mental health conditions, the cigarette may calm you temporarily, but it doesn't address the main cause of why you have the mental condition. Okay? How does physical activity improve mood? By causing the body to release endorphins. Okay? Endorphins is what relaxes you, dopamine, those things. Okay? What forms of nicotine replacement are approved as safe and effective by the U.S. government? What forms of nicotine replacement are approved as safe and effective by the U.S. government? Okay, remember I talked about nicotine gum, the patch, and the lozenge. Okay, remember those three. Gum, patch, and lozenge. Gum and lozenge is almost the same, except it's just one you're chewing and one is like a cough drop. Okay, the patch is the one you put on your shoulder. Okay. All right. All right. This is the end of 11.2. So make sure you have gone over it. I will give you some worksheets on it here in just the next class period, probably.